Has anyone heard about the Cornfield bomber? It was a nickname given to a Convair F-106 Delta Dart, actually not a bomber but a fighter, that in 1970 was being piloted by Captain Gary Forst on a routine training flight. So he was flying with a partner and they were doing aerobatic, and it seemed like he got into trouble because he entered a flat spin and no matter what he tried he couldn't recover, even employing a drag chute. And in the end, with the ground approaching, he decided to eject. Now, the reduction of the weight of him exiting the aircraft and of the thrust of the seat going up caused the nose to pitch forward, and the engine was in idle, and this aircraft transcribed lazy circles as it gently floated to earth, landing up, skidding into a frozen field. The sheriff arrived and he contacted the Air Force and he said, how the hell do I shut down this thing? And they said, just leave it, it'll run out of fuel, and that's what it did. The most amazing thing was that with a little bit of cosmetic work they put it on a truck and it later flew again, hardly any damage. And he reckoned he could have saved himself a lot of trouble if he'd have just stayed in the aircraft. And that aircraft, because of the amazing story, finished up on display at the National Museum of the United States Air Force. Isn't that amazing? And the second story relates to a manoeuvre that has never been attempted before or since, and this is rather an odd one. What do you think it might be relating to flight? During the Korean War, on September 15th, American fighter pilot James Robbie Risner's wingman, Joseph Logan's F-86, was struck in the fuel tank by anti-aircraft fire. And Risner instructed Logan to shut down the engine, and he then inserted the nose of his aircraft into the tailpipe of that jet. Because they were over enemy territory, he then pushed that aircraft to where they could eject safely over the sea. During this time, the jet fuel, the hydraulic fluid, spewed out and obscured this chap flying the aircraft behind, and he had a terrible time. Fly the two planes as one, but he managed to do it. The sad thing is that when the pilot ejected, he got tangled up in his parachute and drowned. Damn. But Risner is only one of 4 airmen with multiple Air Force crosses. Isn't that amazing?